there's a whistle on the field. And Montbello will start with the ball at its own 20-yard line. On offense, here's the Warriors offense. Excuse me, Sam. At quarterback, Tremaine Ankrum. The running backs are Jackson, and Harris III. Your receivers are John Doyle and Thad Swayzer. And your offensive line is Hawkins, Tawani, Brown, Hodison, and Anthony Brown. Tremaine Ankrum, number 18. The basketball star football quarterback, gives to the first man through. That was Damon Jackson, and he picks up a couple yards. On defense for Cherry Creek, your defensive line looks like this. At left defensive end, Taran Lent. Then it's Scott Branish, Lee Buckley, Dave Wolf, and Brian Borg. The linebackers are Schmale, Blakeman, and Herring. The defensive backs are Harsh, Geary, and McDonald. On second down, that's Ray Jackson. And he gets it across the 25 to about the 26. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Montbello has a lot of offensive sets, Les, but they just came out the last 2 plays just to their basic power eye, and they want to give it to their best player, Ray Jackson, and he can run. He has great speed.
You expect a grinded-out type game today, Sam?
Well, both of them are running teams. They like to run the football, but yet they both have good quarterbacks when it's time to throw. They're both capable of doing that, Les.
Well, right now they might be in a throwing situation. Montbello has 3rd down, 5 yards to go. The 2 receivers are Robinson, and this is Robinson on the reverse. And he ends up losing 2 yards. Todd Geary and Donzel McDonald brought him down for the loss. And we have our first punting situation of the afternoon. William Holland is the punter for Montbello. He averages 37 yards a kick. Back to receive the punt for Cherry Creek. A very dangerous number 21, Matt Brunson. And number 26, Donzel McDonald. And that is McDonald. Montbello will be trying to put it his way all afternoon. McDonald hit hard, but he is in Montbello territory at the 49-yard line. Cherry Creek with the ball on offense now.
It's good to have good field position there. That first series that Montbello ran the football, I thought Ben took an awful great chance of running some type of tricky option play down there, but a fair punt, and they got great field position here.
On offense, the quarterback is Gusmus. The running backs, Torres, Ismarian, and Oberly. Watch him. The line, Brechtel, Matt Beavert. And the first man through is Chad Ismarian, the fullback. Call it a gain of about 4. Isaac Hawkins makes the stop. On defense from Montbello, the line looks like this. Algie, Hawkins, Brown, and Tawani. Ankrum, Hodison, Swayzer at linebacker, Reed, Reynolds, Jackson, and Jackson at safeties. And you'll notice a number of players go both ways for Montbello. 8 altogether. It's 2nd and 6. That's Ismarian again. He gets it up to the 42-yard line before Tawani brings him down.
Les, they love to run the football with Ismarian and Pete Oberly. They're both juniors, but Cherry Creek's always been known to be a strong running team, and they're doing that right now in this first series.
We play 12-minute quarters in high school ball. Right now there's a Montbello player down on the field. Looks like number 46, Damon Jackson, a very valuable member of that Montbello team. He's one of those players that goes both ways. We'll let the trainers and doctors work on Damon Jackson. We'll take a break from the Stutler Bowl. Key running back for them, their fullback. It's 3rd and 3 for Cherry Creek. Gus Misk, his first pass of the day, incomplete, far over the head of the intended receiver, Rob Benson.
What Montbello was doing there, Les, they had their corners up in the receiver's face. Cherry Creek's receivers, they were jamming them, playing them man-to-man because they felt it was a passing situation, and they played good pass defense that time.
Yeah, they read it correctly. Montbello with one of the better defenses in the state. Giving up just 6 points a game. Punting situation for Cherry Creek. The punter is Peyton Garnsey. Averages 35 yards a kick. Gets off a nice one, looking for the right corner here. but the ball bounds into the end zone, and Montbello will get it once again at its own 20-yard line. All right, we're going to take a break in Englewood, Colorado. The score is 0-0, 9:18 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back. Dave
Gonzalez is the coordinator of Montbello, and Rocky Martin is the defensive coordinator for the Bruins, Les.
1st and 10 for Montbello. The give goes to Ray Jackson. He gets about 3 yards out of it. Ray Jackson had a terrific year, 1,100 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns.
Ray Jackson's in the deep I formation. Tremaine just reverses out, gives him the football. He's a good athlete. Let him run, and boy, the Bruins really swarm to the ball there.
Ray Jackson is being looked at by a number of Division I schools, including Miami, Ohio State, Nebraska, and CU. And just about all those schools like him as a defensive back. 2nd down and 6 for Montbello. This is Jackson again, and he gets the 1st down up to the 32-yard line. Ray Jackson. I guess I should be giving first names here, considering they start 2 young men at running back named Jackson. Ray, the tailback, and Damon, the fullback. Now let's go down to Marcia Neville for an injury update. Marcia?
Damon Jackson still on the sidelines. The trainers are calling it a bruised left knee. He's got some ice on it, and apparently took a helmet to the knee. I asked him what it was like out there. Cherry Creek was hitting hard. He said, nah, not as hard as we expected, but they are quick off the ball. Expect him back in a little bit, according to the trainers.
Yeah, well, right there, Montbello was hit very hard and fumbled the ball, and it looks like Cherry Creek has recovered at about the 32-yard line.
First big turnover of the game, Les. That was a great hit defensively by the Bruins.
Montbello with the ball at the 32-yard line. There were a number of red and white jerseys there to knock the ball loose and fall onto it. Brett Gismus is the quarterback. And he gives it to M.J. Torres, who gets it down to the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 2.
They're in good field position. I'm sure that they'll like to grind the ball out and just do a lot of running. They're interchanging, a lot of substitutes. But in a big game like this, Les, it's the kicking game or a turnover, and that's our first big turnover of the game.
2nd down and 8 for Cherry Creek. Gusmus is sacked by Vili Tawani, the 6'2", 190-pound junior from Samoa. Vili Tawani.
Tavani's very active. Last week against Horizon, he made a lot of big plays, and here he comes at his defensive position. He just comes crashing down and makes a great hit. Tawani makes a lot of big plays for the Montbello defense.
Looked like Gusmus was going to roll right, possibly for a pass play, but Tawani right there in his face. It was a loss of 3 yards, so it's 3rd down and 11. Is Marion, the fullback, still on his feet, down to the 21-yard line. And I believe he's picked up the 1st down. Ray Jackson finally stopped him. Right here, Les, is Merriam is a typical Cherry Creek back. All the years that we at Fairview had to play against Cherry Creek, they run low, they keep their feet going. Is Merriam is still in the great tradition of Cherry Creek backs. It was, in fact, a 1st down at the 21-yard line. Gusmus showing option, didn't run it very well, and loses about a yard. Sidney Hodison grabbed him by the ankles. 2nd and 11 for Cherry Creek. Sam, I'm a little surprised Creek is trying to run quite a bit up the middle against those 2 bruisers on Montbello, Isaac Hawkins and Anthony Brown, who go 270 and 260 pounds respectively. But I guess you have to establish something. They're very strong, and they anchor that defense for the Warriors. 2nd and 11. This is Torres, and he is racked up quickly. Hodison and Tawani there. There they go. They're running a basic dive, and Montbello just stuffs the Cherry Creek guys to get no movement. And just like you said, they're running right at those 2 big guys, and they're playing great defense right now. be third down, 11 yards to go. Less than 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Still no score. The 6A title game, Montbello and Cherry Creek. Rick Gusmus, 5'11", 185-pound senior. And this is Oberle. Pete Oberle, his first carry of the day. He is Creek's leading rusher. And right there, he showed you why. Got it down to the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 6, but it will be 4th down and 5 yards to go for Cherry Creek. And they will attempt a field goal. The attempt will be approximately 33 yards. Casey Smith, he's 6 for 8 on the year in field goal attempts. This one is up. And no good. Wide to the right. So Cherry Creek, with a chance to jump out to a lead, cannot convert on the field goal attempt. And the score remains 0-0. Montbello takes over on downs.
Les, that snap was a little high, but I think the kicker, Smith, he just lost his rhythm and didn't really hit it real good.
Officials calling a timeout on the field. Ben Gregory, the Montbello head coach, running out to talk to his charges. This is where Montbello started with the ball every time it's had it, Sam, all 3 times at its own 20-yard line. And if you have to trade starting out on your 20 with Cherry Creek consistently starting out in Montbello territory, you're not going to win many ball games.
You want good field position. They need a break, or they need a good to sustain a good drive. And they've had that problem with their offense. They need to sustain a drive and get a good field position.
This telecast is an exclusive presentation of KCNCT. Is prohibited. Ray Jackson. Gets a couple yards out of that carry. I should say a couple yards of a loss.
Lee Buckley, the nose guard, number 75, comes off the football, and Brian Borg, an outstanding defensive player. They're just swarming to the football. We're seeing 2 great defensive teams, Les. We may not see a lot of touchdowns today.
I was fooled on that play. Ray Jackson started far back in the backfield, ended up losing 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 12. Ankrum looking to throw. Great pressure from a number of Bruins, and he is brought down back at the 9-yard line. Dojois finally brings him down. Judd Blakeman put a lot of pressure on him. So did Brian Borg.
Here we go. Cherry Creek's putting some pressure on Ankrum. He can't. They're going to run a screen to the left. Cherry Creek's starting to pressure. He's a good athlete. He's trying to scramble, and Dojois does a good job of bringing him down.
Brian Borg was the first one to him, and he set it up for the other defenders. 3rd and 22. Ankrum with a screen to the tight end, Swayzer. But he is far, far short of the first down. Gets it up to about the 15, and Montbello will have to punt again. Montbello, Sam, just can't get anything started.
Well, they haven't had good field position, but they're good athletes. They're trying to work it. But when it's dangerous right now, you're going to punt the ball to these 2 burners back here, and they've got a lot of speed.
The 2 burners are Matt Brunson and Don Zell McDonald. It's a short kick, bounces, and Creek will allow it to bounce all at once before Montbello downs the ball. Still in Montbello territory at the 46-yard line. Montbello cannot like too much the way things are shaping up here.
Well, they just don't have good field position, and then they're going against a strong defense, and of course Cherry Creek gets the same thing. But this is, and you could get frustrated when you do have good field position. You miss a field goal. Now they have another opportunity here.
Cherry Creek lines up 2 players wide, including Campbell Clark, number 11. And Gusmus is looking for one of them. No room, so he'll run. And gets it down to the 40-yard line. Good decision. He gains about 6 yards on the play. Sidney Hodison runs him out of bounds. And a Montbello player was hurt in that pile-up out of bounds.
Right here, Les, Montbello's not getting no pass rush at all, but the Montbello secondary is covering everybody real well, so that's why Gusmus decided to run. But there's no pass rush, but the secondary made that happen by covering those guys very well.
And Montbello likes to dare you to throw because they feel their cover guys can stick with anybody in man-to-man coverage.
They got great cover guys. They can run and play the football.
2nd and 3. This is Oberle. And he is piled up at the 40-yard line. Isaac Hawkins, the first man to hit him. Boy, this Isaac Hawkins is a bruiser. 6'5", 270 pounds, a senior. He'll be playing Division I ball somewhere.
Last Dave Gonzalez said he and Brown just did a great job when they came from behind to beat Smoky Hill a couple weeks ago. And they said they'd go both ways, and they just really got after, and they were the key to their defensive win that day.
Oberle gained nothing on that last play, so it's 3rd and 3. This time the pitch goes to Matt Brunson. As we told you, a real burner. He's able to turn the corner, but he's met head on at the 32-yard line. He did get the first down.
That was a great call here by Coach Wolford. He's in split backs. He goes with the quick pitch. He goes with Brunson, who has a lot of speed. Great call. It gets the 1st and 10, breaks a couple tackles, and he's hit hard there by Montbello.
Hey, he's like the Rocket at Notre Dame or Mike Pritchard at CU. You have to find a way to get him the ball because every time he touches it, he could break it. 1st and 10. This is Ismarian, the fullback, across inside the 30-yard line. Maybe 3 yards before Glenn Christopher stops him. Raymond Jackson also in on the tackle.
That's a great first down play. You gain 5 yards. You got 2nd and 5, and then in that position, that's what you want to be. That's going to be good shape to make a good call right here when it's 2nd down.
2nd and 5 for Cherry Creek. 20 seconds left in this first quarter. Once again is Marion, the fullback, and he does get the first down to the 20-yard line. Ray Jackson the stop.
Here they go. They're in a little power set to the left. Just a quick pitch to Ismarian. He puts his head down, and a great junior runner. I hate to be in the Centennial League and be one of the coaches, Les, in this backfield. They're all juniors, and they sure run hard.
Ismarian gained 111 yards last week in the semifinal game against Bear Creek. He's also a lacrosse player. We'll get into that a little later. Mike Wolford being the varsity lacrosse coach here at Cherry Creek. So at the end of 1, no score. Bowl in Englewood, Colorado. Gus Smith, the quarterback, gives to the first running back through. That's Torres, and he pulls his way down to the 11. That's Wazer. Put the clamps on him, but a nice gain for Torres, about 9 yards.
Les, that was a plain dive play. The quarterback just comes down the line and gives the ball to M.J. Torres. And Jack Brookhart's the offensive line coach here at Cherry Creek. He's been here 22 years. He was on Fred's staff, and his offensive line just does a great job coming off the ball.
Fred Tassone, the head coach here for 27 years. This is his first year on the sideline since announcing his retirement. That's Ismarian. No gain. Richard Ford brought him down.
Well, they're awful stingy, Les, with that defense, you know.
It was Mike Wolford, 44 years old. His first year as the head coach here at Cherry Creek. As we told you, also the head lacrosse coach. Pretty successful there, too. In the last 13 years teaching lacrosse, coaching lacrosse, he's taken his team to the finals 9 times. 9 out of 13 years. 3rd and 9 for Creek. Ismarian gets it inside the 10, gains a couple yards. And I believe picked up the first down. Yes, it is a first down. First quarter stats, as you can imagine, with the score 0-0, not much to talk about. A total of 4 first downs between the two teams. A total of 6 yards passing between the two teams. And 1 turnover, but Cherry Creek was not able to capitalize on it. 1st and goal from the 9. This is Torres inside the 5-yard line. Gets it down to the 4-yard line. So it'll be second and goal. Cherry Creek doing a good job of pounding it inside, Sam.
Well, what they like to do, they do a great job of misdirection. They've always been great coaches. They fake fullback, give to the other back coming through, and that's what they just ran.
It's fooling Montbello right now. This is Oberle. That didn't fool Montbello at all. Oberle brought down for a loss of about 3 yards. Damon Jackson made the hit.
He's doing all right. He recovered from his injury and made a great hit there.
Damon went limping off in the first quarter. They call it a sprained knee. Didn't look like anything was wrong there. Pete Oberle starting out very slowly, which is highly unusual for him. He gained more than 1,000 yards during the season, 1,031 to be exact. Very hard worker. If you're looking for Pete Oberle, check out the weight room. He's usually there. 3rd and goal from the 5. The pitch to Ismarian. Nothing, and the ball is loose. But a red jersey, Cherry Creek, falls on it in the end zone, and it is a touchdown. Boy, there's a different play for you, Sam.
What a
Fumble into
play.
the end zone.
They were very alert to recover that.
Jeff Hilton, the right guard on the offensive line, recovers this ball in the end zone.
Here they go. They got a little toss. They're running up there. Montbello must just puts a great hit on him. And there's Hilton, who's alert and sees the football and falls on it and gives the Bruins their first score.
The point after will be attempted by Casey Smith. He is 20 of 24 in point after attempts. Make that 21 of 25. It's good, and Cherry Creek, on a fumble in the end zone, takes a 7-0 lead in the second quarter of this 6A title game. We'll be right back.
Marion, and as he goes into the line of scrimmage, Ankrum and Ford deliver great hits. The ball goes into the end zone, and Jeff Hilton recovers the ball and gives the Bruins their first touchdown.
I'll bet Jeff Hilton doesn't score many touchdowns. He's going to remember this one, especially coming in the 6A title game.
There he goes. He's right there, the right place, at the right time.
6 foot, 185-pound senior gives Cherry Creek a 7-0 lead. Here's the kickoff. Montbello gets it up across the 20-yard line. Returning the ball for the Warriors was Clarence Harris III, a 5'9", 165-pound senior, up to the 21. Let's go down to the field and our Marsh Schnebel. Marsh?
Hey, Les, I was there in the end zone on that fumble. You saw the big wall of Montbello defense. You hate to see him give up a score that way. Jeff Hilton, really, I think, the only one who saw that ball pop free and, of course, was there to fall on it and score the touchdown. And Casey Smith, should be feeling a little more confident with that point after attempt. When he missed the field goal, he was over there kicking helmets on the Cherry Creek sideline. Back to you.
And yet another fumble. Montbello fumbles the ball away. Cherry Creek falls on it. And the Bruins have the ball at the 25-yard line with a chance to increase that lead.
Montbello's really down right now, and that's when you fumble the ball in your own territory. Here they come. It's Raymond Jackson with the football, and the ball comes loose. The Bruins recover it, have great field position on the 25-yard line, and that's where the momentum could really turn, Les.
I believe number 28, Todd Geary, falled on the ball after Ray Jackson fumbled it. Montbello calls its first time out of the afternoon. Going to talk things over, tell that defense to hang in. And you hang in there too. We'll be right back at the Stutler Bowl. Gus Smith, the quarterback for Cherry Creek. Gives to Torres. Gets nowhere. And another fumble. And this time Montbello recovers it. So Montbello coughs it up. And the very next play, Cherry Creek coughs it up. Damon Jackson makes the recovery for the Warriors. They'll have the ball at their own 23-yard line.
Great defenses cause a lot of fumbles, and that's what's going on. Here we go on the replay, Les. They have, again, a misdirection play. Torres comes inside. Montbello hits him pretty good. Again, it's Ankrum, maybe Damon Jackson, and they cough the ball free. Gives Montbello new life.
Another fumble. But this time Montbello keeps it. 3 consecutive plays. We've had fumbles. No, a Montbello player fell on the ball and scored it out, and Cherry Creek Cherry Creek recovered it. This is amazing, Sam.
Well, usually I could understand this in the first quarter. They might be a little nervous, but maybe it's just poor ball handling right here. It gives them the football in his stomach. No, they knocked it out. The Cherry Creek people knocked it out. Defensive end reached in there and knocked the ball loose, Les.
I'm wondering if somebody oiled the football before the game. Cherry Creek has the ball once again at the Montbello 27-yard line.
Well, I got 10 players on the field.
And Gusmus is calling a timeout because of that. The final red jersey came running out at the last second.
No, you like that in your quarterback. Somebody has leadership, could take charge. He sees he has 10 guys on the field. Coach Wolford was coming out at the same time to talk to him with a timeout.
And Wolford's very happy with the way Gusmus has developed the second half of the season. Throwing the ball, leadership on the field. The more experience, the more confidence he's gotten, the better Cherry Creek has played.
That's helped, and it's really important if your quarterback gains confidence, but then it's leadership. He has the ability to lead the other 10 guys on the field.
Gusmus is a senior, so if he doesn't do it today, he's not going to get another chance on the high school level. Let's go down to the field. Marcia Neville has something for us.
Hey, you were making reference to a grease football. Let me remind you, being someone who's down here, it's a little chilly. The ball gets a little harder in the cold weather, and the hands get a little less adapted to holding on to the football, too. So keep that in mind.
You're right, Marsh. We're spoiled up here in the warmth of the press box. That was Oberle running the ball up the middle. Gets it down to about the 21. Call it a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Cherry Creek. 7:10 to go in the first half. Wide left is Matt Brunson. And wide right, Cable Clark, but Creek goes up the middle once again. Running the ball down to the 19-yard line. Short of the first down, it'll be 3rd and about 2 or 3 yards. Kenyatta Algie made the tackle.
Algie did a nice job there lining up at defensive end. He had a hard charge, came down, squeezed the play down, and made the play. But Les, when you get Brunson in the ball game, you got to look for something out of him, some type of streak, some type of pass when he's in the ball game.
You're always aware. You have to always be aware. 3rd and 3. Once again, up the middle. That's Ismarian, the fullback, and he is short of the first down.
Here they go. They got Ismarian at fullback. They just a quick giver to him, and the Montbello people. Isaac Hawkins, big Isaac Hawkins, comes in and stops the play right there.
So what do you do here? Well, if you're Cherry Creek, you go for it on 4th down. It's 4th and 2. They try it up the middle, but Oberle gets nowhere. He is stopped, and Montbello will take over on downs. And the 2 big bruisers up front for Montbello made the stop. Isaac Hawkins and Anthony Brown.
Les, they've won all year with their defense, and like I said earlier, Hawkins and Brown are 2 big guys. They play that 5 technique, and a 5 technique is on the outside eye of the tackles or the offensive guards, and that's called a 5 technique. And Dave Gonzalez, the coordinator, said those 2 guys do a great job of anchoring the defense.
If you were coaching that Cherry Creek team, would you have run the ball up the middle on 4th and 2?
Well, I don't want to second guess, but what we do is we power and run off tackle. But they're a straight dive team right there.
Do it with what it got you here. Is that what
That's
you're
right.
saying, Sam? All right, Montbello with the ball at the 20-yard line, excuse me. 1st and 10. They try it up the middle and get nowhere. Gain of a couple of yards. The good news is they didn't fumble the ball away.
That's very good. Coach Gregory feels pretty good right now. He's sending in a play in, and they haven't fumbled the football.
William Holland coming into the ball game for Montbello right now. He's number 82 when he's not kicking. He's playing split end, and that's where he lines up right now. Number 46 is Damon Jackson, the fullback, on 2nd and 8. And the give goes to Ray Jackson up to the 25. Got 3 yards out of it. It'll be 3rd and 5. Todd Geary the stop.
Les, I had a chance to go out to Montbello's practice last week and got a spent some time with Ben Gregory. Super coach, great guy, a lot of discipline, and he has a solid program.
Can't get any more solid than getting to the finals 3 years in a row. 3rd and 5. The pitch to Jackson, Ray Jackson. 1, maybe 2 yards before Colin Harsh throws him out of bounds.
That was a new play, Les. I haven't seen that in the last couple of weeks. I haven't seen him run that play.
Well, they were hoping Cherry Creek hadn't seen it either and maybe fool them.
Here's the play. Damon Jackson goes in motion. It's a little dive, and Ankrum makes a great pitch, and Harsh comes up. They don't get the block from the split end, and Harsh comes in and makes a great hit.
4th down, William Holland back to punt, and receiving it for Cherry Creek. Well, nobody just yet because there's a penalty on the play, and your line judge is Randy Campbell, formerly of Littleton, now Houston. Moved to Houston. The punt is fielded by Brunson at the Cherry Creek 48-yard line, and he downs it right there. That's where Cherry Creek will start with it. Right now, we go to Longmont for an update from the 5A championship game.
Randy Brewer, he bulls it in from 6 yards out. It's now Longmont 21, TJ 14, late in the 3rd quarter. Back to you, Les.
All right, we're back in Englewood, Colorado. 6A title game. Cherry Creek leads at 7-0.
That was a great punt by William Holland. They needed something like that to get out of their own territory. He did a good job of punting, but yet Cherry Creek has good possession. They've had the ball, and in their possessions, they've had good possession all during the ball game. Cherry Creek.
Just about every time Cherry Creek has started with the ball at or near midfield. That's great field position. 4 minutes to go in the first half. There's a timeout on the field. Cherry Creek with a 7-0 lead. Good look at the Cherry Creek cheerleading squad. So far, a lot to cheer about.
Just a beautiful day, Les, to be on this beautiful campus. The weather's great. 2 fine high schools are hooking up, and 2 fine coaches. Of course, this is Mike Wolford's first opportunity as a head coach to be in the state championship. Of course, like we said, this is Ben's 3rd try today.
I kind of feel bad for Mike Wolford. It's all downhill from here,
That's
isn't it,
right.
Sam? Your first year, you're in the final. Gusmus wants to throw. But he's brought down for a loss back at the Cherry Creek 43-yard line. And making the tackle.
Tawani's coming in here on the rush, and they didn't get a good pass rush. Tawani brings him down. They didn't get good pass rush the first quarter, and they're getting it now, Les.
Making the tackle, as Sam said, Billy Tawani, 6'2", 190-pound junior. It'll be 2nd and 16 for Cherry Creek. The pitch to Brunson. He's their burner. Gets it up to midfield. Damon Jackson runs him down. If you recognize the name Matt Brunson, well, it's understandable. His dad, Larry, played in the pros.
Larry played for the University of Colorado for Eddie Crowder in 1970-71, and his other running mate on the other side was Cliff Branch, who was a great pro for the Oakland Raiders or the Los Angeles Raiders. But Larry Brunson had a lot of success when he played for the Kansas City Chiefs.
His son, Matt, runs a 4.640. Probably the fastest man on the field. And from midfield, halfback pass from Brunson. Oh, it was intended for an open Robbie Benson, but Benson couldn't come up with the ball. Well, Brunson can run and throw.
That was a great play. That was well executed. Well executed. Brunson just drifts to the right. Good strong arm, throws the football. He's behind the defensive back, and they break up the play.
The defensive back there putting on the pressure was Damon Reynolds. It'll be 4th and 9 for Cherry Creek, and they will punt. Back to do the punting, Peyton Garnsey. Bounces at the 15-yard line, and Montbello will allow it to keep bouncing. Back inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Peyton Garnsey with a 46-yard punt. And Montbello finds itself once again in a hole, Sam.
Well, they're in a hole, but you got to credit Cherry Creek. Defense and kicking game. That's what coaches really stress, and that's what will help you win a lot of championships. But Montbello, and as you heard one of the coaches on the sideline, is hold on to the football. You got a little bit of time, just precious, and take care of the football right now.
That little bit of time amounts to 2:05 to go in the first half. Ankrum wants to run it. And he gets it up to the 9-yard line. But when Ankrum runs at 6'5", he looks almost like a giraffe out of control. But he is deceptively fast.
He gallops. He's a good athlete. He's got speed, but he looks like he gallops. Can you see him going up and down the court for the USC Trojans with George Raveling? But just protect the ball. To protect the ball, he gallops, gets up there. Nice-looking athlete, Les.
Ankrum's a good football player. He's a better basketball player. Going to USC on a scholarship next year. That's Damon Jackson. He gets it up to the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 before Tony Gottschalk brought him down. Ben Gregory yelling for a timeout from the sidelines. His players finally hear him and give the signal. So there is a timeout on the field. I believe Montbello has one timeout left after this. 1:24 to go in the half. Montbello down 7-0.
I think that'll give them a little bit of confidence, lest they move the ball out of there, and they're moving the ball with some authority, and I think that's why Ben took the timeout. That there is a minute and 24 seconds. You got good athletes, make something happen. As long as you don't turn the ball.
10-yard line. Ankrum with the pitch to Clarence Harris III, and another fumble. Cherry Creek has it and will run it in for the touchdown. Number 56, the middle linebacker, Judd Blakeman.
Glass, that's what we talked about, protecting the football. Don't turn it over right now. Here we go with Ankrum's running a little option. He pitches the ball out, and they cough the ball up, and number 56, Blakeman is right. Judd Blakeman's right there, number 56, to scoop the ball up and turn this ball game around with another score.
Judd Blakeman, a 6', 200-pound senior, solid ball player for the Bruins, their leading tackler. Casey Smith with the extra point, a flag on the field. Let's see what it is. Whatever it is, Cherry Creek is going to go into the halftime locker room with a nice lead. The penalty is on Montbello. Cherry Creek declines it. The extra point is good. So the Bruins with a 14-0 lead and 1:12 to go in the first half.
Here we go on the replay. He's cutting up field. They put good hits on him to cough the football up, and he's heads up, number 56. He comes flying in there. Judd Blakeman scoops the ball up and gives Cherry Creek another score.
I believe the red jersey that hit him first knocked the ball loose from behind. Blakeman picked it up and ran it in.
Well, we talked about that, Les, right there, to really protect the football and go in with a positive attitude, and I hate to see that happen, and because they had a little momentum going, they were getting out of the hole, but right now Cherry Creek's just jumped on top of them and have good momentum going.
Let's go to Marcia Neville on the field right now for a report.
Les, I don't know if you remember this guy with me here or not. Bill Polk played with Montbello the first year they got to the championship game against Pomona. What do you see out here today from your former teammate?
I guess sort of like we came out kind of flat, and the other team's pretty excited about what's going on, and right now we're kind of flat. We're not doing it, not executing how we're supposed to be executing, and things are going our way. As you see with the 2 fumbles that led to 2 touchdowns. So
I know you talked to Tremaine and you talked to Ray Jackson during the week. They're your good friends. What were they thinking of coming into this ball game?
They're just concentrating on getting doing what Coach Gregory had told them to do, they're supposed to be intense now. They're not. Just going out and really playing hard, getting it all out, because all of us senior alumni reminded them that this is the 3rd time, and they're playing this game for everybody in the back too. So It's,
Let's see if Montbello can get that intensity back, and you can look for Bill Polk on the CU lineup next year. He's transferred in and sitting out a year. Back up to you.
Well, you might have seen that play just now. Lee Buckley in the Cherry Creek defense won't let Montbello get any momentum going.
Lee Buckley's a strong nose guard. The coaches feel real good about him. He's played well all year, and he put a lot of pressure on him there, Les.
Under 20 seconds to go in the half. 2nd and 13 for Montbello. I can't imagine they'll try anything risky, and they don't. Tremaine Ankrum puts his knee down.